Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's just jump right into this, shall we? Today's video, we've got scary CCTV footage may prove ghosts exists. Exists. Got it. It's hard to fake CCTV footage. It's constantly rolling, and the only time any of it's really being watched is when something happens, some sort of activity, when the facility that it's trying to document is closed or should have zero activity in it whatsoever. So, there could be some pretty good stuff in here.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some supernatural security footage no one can quite explain. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more mysterious content, just like this. For many security guards working at nighttime, shifts go by relatively quiet as most of the world's sleeping. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case for one unlucky security guard working in a nursing home in Chicago. YouTube user The Hidden Underbelly 2.0 shared Officer Jay Brown's story of meeting with something creepy during what was supposed to be just another shift. In the video, the security guard shows CCTV footage taken during his shift. In the footage, the guard is sitting at his desk and all seems quiet. But then, something eerie happens. We can see what looks to be a nearly transparent white shape floating over the carpet that lays in front of the entrance to the building. The security guard sits back against his chair, obviously perplexed. He stands up for a few seconds before putting his arms up and pointing to the camera.
And I'm like, okay. So I looked at the camera, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that? Y'all saw that, right? I'm telling.
The security guard explains via voiceover that he wanted to ask those viewing the camera if they had just seen what he had seen, which is why he raised and moved his hands.
So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that? Y'all saw that, right? I'm telling CHA, did y'all see that? Okay.
Here's the footage in slow motion with a close-up of the eerie, ghostly figure.
That's crazy. What the hell?
This means the security guard saw the strange anomaly in person as it passed through the lobby, and the video evidence certainly backs this up.
See, I saw that.
Commentators of this video were certain that this footage showed a real ghostly appearance.
Interesting.
They also stated that the security guard's reaction seemed genuinely shocked.
Yeah,
There were a number of suggestions thrown around as to what the shape could be, including a spirit of a person roaming the building, a ghostly animal, or even the idea of a demon. So what do you think? Given the guard's reaction, coupled with the video evidence, makes this a compelling piece of footage, one that may provide a glimpse into the afterlife. Hospitals are considered by many to be hotspots for wandering spirits and ghosts, as they see a lot of death in their halls. One particular hospital in Peru is said to be home to multiple hauntings that simply can't be explained any other way. In one video shared by YouTuber Jesus Enrique Mazzano Ramos, we get to see one exceptionally eerie spiritual happening right in front of our eyes. The CCTV footage provided shows an early morning feed of the empty day surgery service of the hospital. It would appear something very unusual was caught on camera. Let's take a look. 15 seconds into the footage, viewers can see what appears to be a spooky human-like shape appear on the left side of the frame and walk through what appears to be a car park. As the figure walks to the right of shot, it begins to become more and more transparent until it fully fades away into nothingness. Workers in this hospital have stated that these spiritual sightings are quite common in the building and that they believe they're actually souls. As this figure looks like and walks exactly as a human does, could it possibly be a soul that once passed away inside this very hospital?
Feli tiene que salir de dudas.
Usually parents use baby monitors to watch over their little ones in case they begin to cry, shift around, or express other types of discomfort. But what about when a parent notices something happening nearby the baby that is not explained by any usual behaviour? That's exactly what happened to YouTuber Dad's Always Right when he saw something on his baby monitor that gave him the chills. In the brief clip, a baby sleeps soundly in a baby carriage snuggled up in blankets, when suddenly something eerie happens. The bear slowly turns sideways, seemingly all by itself. It stops a couple of seconds later, seemingly looking directly into the camera as the clip ends. Teddy bears and dolls moving all by themselves have been the plot points for countless horror films and TV shows. Usually in these films, the stuffed animals and dolls have sinister intentions, bringing death and destruction to the humans around them. Thankfully, this baby's dad and his child haven't experienced any harm. Still, the fact that the teddy bear stopped moving as soon as it was facing the camera certainly leaves viewers of the video with an unsettling feeling in the pit of their stomach.
That's a bit freaky, not gonna lie. Just the whole setup, the camera angle, you know, the baby peacefully sleeping in its carriage, bundled up, swaddled. And then this bear just kind of turns and faces directly towards the camera. That's almost something like directly out of like a horror film. That's freaky. That's a good video. I'm also jealous of this blanket that the parents seem to be sleeping in above us, above the baby right there. I'm pretty jealous of that. That looks like a very comfortable blanket.
Thanks. It's rumoured that all kinds of paranormal activity haunt the many theatres around London. As London has such a long history, it's perhaps no surprise that paranormal and poltergeist activity has been reported. One particular theatre, the Victoria Palace Theatre, is said to be especially haunted. Check out this frightening clip uploaded by the YouTube channel Billy Elliot the Musical. A number of inexplicable occurrences seem to take place. Check it out. At around the 7-second mark, we witness the door to the costume changing room open seemingly of its own accord.
Yep, we all saw it.
It stays open for a few moments before slowly closing again on its own. A little time goes by before we get to see another hair-raising event. One of the model heads on which a wig rests suddenly falls to the ground.
Wait. What's this? Okay, so there's a good few minute difference there. Okay. So something must have happened that we're just skipping over. That, okay. That threw me for a loop for a second because I was like, well, that was just obviously cut and then just edited and moved things around for setup. I don't know, but if this timestamp is correct and true, then okay.
Event. One of the model heads on which a wig rests suddenly falls to the ground. Shortly after, a few objects that were on the wig changing table suddenly fall to the ground, right before the clip ends. Dressers of the Victoria Palace Theatre have suggested that the hauntings could be due to one specific person, the early 20th century Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova. While Pavlova was an extremely successful dancer, she was also incredibly superstitious, even afraid to see her own picture on posters. She used to use different entrances than most people to enter the theatre. In the wig room once rested a statue of Pavlova, which was eventually removed during World War II. Present-day dressers believe that Pavlova's spirit continues to haunt the room, causing the random opening and shutting of doors as well as flying wigs and missing props, forever imprinting her own superstitions onto the theatre. Museums are a great place to see some incredible art, learn about history, and, according to this footage, possibly see ghosts. This eerie CCTV footage uploaded to YouTube by Casper Web TV has left viewers on edge. In the video, viewers see what appears to be a large room in the museum, with two bright lights shining down on the floor. The camera appears to have caught some unusual activity. Take a look. A ghost-like figure appears out of nowhere and strolls over the floor under the lights where it becomes difficult to make out. As it does this, the turnstiles in the bottom right of the shot appear to spin all on their own.
Those things are kind of tough.
After a few
I don't know if you guys have ever been through one of those things, but those things you got to kind of push with your, you got to thrust with your hips a bit to like get it to move. Sometimes they're a bit stubborn. That thing looks like it's just spinning freely. So that's either really loose or it's not like the exact ones that I've gone through before where it takes a certain amount of force to actually move it. But if it is similar to the ones that I have gone through and possibly you have gone through, we know that takes a considerable amount of force to get it to move, and this thing is moving very rapidly. It almost looks like it's just spinning like on a fan motor. That's some pretty forceful stuff.
moments, the transparent figure turns around, making itself visible once more, before it walks back to the left of shot, then completely disappears. As this is live CCTV footage, viewers state that they're more likely to believe that this is an actual apparition over something that could have been manipulated or edited. Moreover, there doesn't seem to be anyone else in the room that could explain the arrival of the figure or why the turnstiles appear to move on their own. More importantly, the transparent nature of the figure is certainly mysterious. Give this clip another view and let us know what you think. It's thought that paranormal entities can take on all types of different shapes and forms. One of the most common is the shape of a shadow figure, or a dark entity that resembles a shadow. In this instance, viewers can see a possible shadow figure taking on the manifestation of a circular black mass. YouTuber Hidden World has shared this clip, which has made the employees of this office want to give it a double look. The first 25 seconds of the video is still footage of an office space, with a couch, a couple of desks, and a chair. It's after the 30-second mark, however, that something bizarre is caught on camera. We can see a small black mass appear near the doorway of the office space. It slowly hovers up from the floor before suddenly moving over the desk and chair and turning into a strange mist. The clip is played twice more with a focus on the strange shape as it moves over the desk. What's particularly odd about this shadow figure is its transformation from a solid black shape to being nearly transparent in just a second. We can only hope this dark figure had innocent
It's too
intentions.
misty. Like, even on my own video editing software, there is a video FX file that allows you to implement some type of mist into the video, and that's what this seems to be. It seems like this camera was probably much better quality. They lowered the resolution, lowered the quality by adding a filter, and added in the smoke effects. That's what makes the most sense to me immediately. It's just like they just added a few filters, added in this effect, because it's just too misty, you know? Like, we'll watch the tail end of it really quick. Like this, sure. And then it becomes like the swirling mist. Like, it's I've seen a lot of work done on, like, FX and special effects. And I've tinkered around with quite a bit of it myself, and I've seen things very similar to something like that. So I'm immediately going to be off-put by that and just say that's fake.
While driving on freeways, we expect to see lots of cars, lights, and long stretches of road. But what about when we see something more sinister on the highway? That's what seemed to happen in this clip, originally posted on I'm Haunted's YouTube page. In the video, we see CCTV footage of a freeway with cars driving by. After a few moments, on the left side of the frame, we see something eerie. We can see what appears to be a mysterious figure resembling a man casually walking across the left side of the road. A couple of seconds after it appears, a big truck drives into frame and seemingly right into the figure.
So I can't remember what the exact technical term for this situation is, but basically what happens is what it was doing is it was processing video that happened earlier before, and some of it got mixed in with the recording of what was now, if that makes sense. So like the guy walking there was something that happened in the past of the camera's recording, and then what you saw now with the truck driving through was the what was more present in time. It's just it's a simple, if it's not video editing, it is that simple camera glitch, and it happens very frequently with cameras that are constantly recording, like CCTV cameras. They're constantly recording, and it's a very common occurrence. So if this isn't just a simple trick of video editing software, it's more than likely that glitch. I can't remember the terms of it. You could probably find it very quickly with a simple Google search. But yeah, that's what's going on here.
As the truck drives on, we can see the entity again, walking just as it was moments ago. The figure then steps onto the freeway median before disappearing completely. Here it is again, zoomed in and in slow motion. The uploader of this video believes that the ghostly figure could actually be a time traveler from another era exploring the road.
That's ridiculous. Time travel's impossible. Let's be real here. There are some things where it's like, okay, that's kind of weird, but to just immediately be like, time travel? No. No. I mean, wasn't there something that was released a while ago that proved that time travel is like physically impossible to our known like laws of physics? It's a cool idea, but I'm gonna have to agree with that it's just no way. We don't have the technology. It ignores every law of physics that we know of currently. It's just not a thing that's gonna happen. And if say someone did in the future, like far in the future, have the capability of time traveling, why the fuck would he come back here? That's my problem with time travel. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation. I feel very strongly of time travel.
Some commentators of the video have disputed this, however, wondering how a time traveler could have walked away unharmed after being hit by a truck. This led to others speculating that it could indeed be a ghost, spirit, or other paranormal being haunting the highway. Give the clip another look and judge for yourself.
We've looked at it 7 times now, Slaptam. You know what it is.
Before we take a look at some spine-chilling home security footage, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there, and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. Click the like button. Do it. In this video, a shadow figure makes an appearance in yet another seemingly normal place, this time in a hallway of a regular home. What makes this particular video more spine-chilling is the fact that an innocent baby may have been involved, as shared by YouTuber Captured Camera TV.
That's a lot of things hung up on the wall. I mean, how many paintings we got here? 22 fucking things? That's a lot of shit hung up on the wall, man. That's probably just me being a crackhead, but like to me, that seems like it's too many things on the wall. And it's all the same frame, too. That's also what's bugging me. There's no difference here. Are these like stock images or are these like family photos? That's too much. I'm having a panic attack right now. That's too much.
We see what appears to be a hallway of a normal residential home. Soon after the clip starts, we hear a violent banging sound. Seconds later, we see something unusual. Take a look. A dark shadow appears on the left side of the wall. The figure seems to travel down the hallway with its shadow appearing on the right wall as it makes its way down the hall. We then see the shadow figure go into a room on the right-hand side. After a few moments, the shadow entity reappears briefly outside of the door again, while a baby begins to cry. As the video goes on, the baby's cries turn into loud screams, until the baby ceases to make noise. We then see the shadow figure re-emerge and leave down the hallway. The fact that the baby started howling when the shadow figure entered the room is certainly eerie timing. What could the figure have done to the baby while it was haunting the room? Or could the baby's cries not be related to the figure at all, and instead be pure coincidence? There's been no explanation.
I have so many questions. Where are the parents? Where are the parents during all of this? That's my first immediate question. Like, obviously, this is a put-together home. They have a fucking plethora of photos on the walls. So, they just hear their baby just going from crying to, like, howling and screaming, and nobody shows up. That's immediately just a big sign of all of this just being bona fide fake. I know plenty of mothers. They're fucking right there when their baby's screaming. Even if they're like in the middle of REM cycle sleep, deep in it, they wake up. They know though something. Boom, mother instincts. That we all know about those motherly instincts. So right, just from what I just saw, where the heck are the parents? This is bullshit. This is fake. What are they fucking? What are they jerking off somewhere? Like, what is this? The baby's not just whimpering; it's screaming. You know, there's a level between baby waking up and being like freaked out for a second and going back to sleep to baby screaming for help. These are either the worst parents in the world or this is just completely fake. And I'm leaning more so to the just completely fake.
In this clip, so we can only make assumptions for ourselves. As usual, I'll throw this out to you, the audience. Let me know what you think's happening in this eerie video. Then let us know down in the comments.
Alright, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Awesome. That video wasn't too bad. I don't have much to complain about with that video. We have a interesting past with slapped hams. content. Some of it's absolute hogwash that more so just gets content out of me from just being enraged with being shown this absurdly fake bullshit being thrown my way. But then other times he uploads, pretty decent content. And I think this was one of those videos that was actually pretty decent. There was some things that were questionable at most, some things that I would write off as just being faked. But there was a good portion of it that was actually pretty good. That is going to do it for today's video. Once again, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the support. I love you guys so much. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and if you feel oh so kind, share away. I will see you guys in the next one.